You're the bad guy? You're the bad guy? Okay. Just tell me when.
Oh, we're good.
All right. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the BJJ GOONS podcast. I'm your host, Tim, aka Number One Stunner, aka Blast Double Poppy, aka Jits Bay, aka The Best Bout Machine, aka The Trainwreck, aka MushMaster. And I'm pretty much all by my lonesome today. Tony, our co-producer,
Yep.
yeah, Tony, our co-producer, is here keeping me company. May have some interesting banter. And Tony just told me that he has terrible opinions, so that's gonna be interesting.
Definitely the bad guy.
Yeah, gotta get those likes.
Always roots for the bad guy in movies.
Yeah, so this is Tuesday evening. I came back home from Subversiv Monday morning at like 12 or 1 a.m. So, a lot of very eventful weekend. We'll probably get into that a little bit later. But we're just going to start off with your questions. I put on Instagram today to ask me anything, and I got a lot of good questions. I'm going to shout you out. Everyone that asked the question, and I put it on the show. So let's start. This is from Instagram. Students of Jiu-Jitsu. Is our boy, the Kimura Kid, a.k.a. Mr. Timberland, going to be on the podcast? How has your seminars been going? Any funny stories? Thanks. Okay, so DJ, I don't know what DJ's doing. DJ, I think he might actually be like a drug dealer because he just disappears and travels around the world, and he comes back with jewelry and Yeezys and silk suits. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. As far as the seminars, it's been great. I love it. I mean, I love all the support. Everyone's supporting the Trainwreck system and supporting me. So the love is real. I really appreciate it. And any funny stories? The stories that I have are not fit for public consumption at the moment. They have to be vetted, and this is right off the top. So I don't want to incriminate anyone. Ooh, this is a really nice one. This is from The Last Armbender. Did you have a period in your career where you were consistently falling short in competition? If so, did you change anything about your training, mindset, diet, conditioning, lifestyle, etc. that ended your streak? Wow. I never really had a losing streak, surprisingly. I never had a slump where I was always getting my ass kicked.
What do you attribute that to?
I think I attribute it to I have really good coaches, and my fundamentals are very sound because I have very good coaches. And I have a jiu-jitsu mind. Like, I've been doing it since I was 16. So in my mind, it's kind of in my DNA. If you start something at a certain age, especially if you're younger, the younger the better, it just becomes a part of you. And I never had a time where I was completely out the game. I was always in shape. I mean, there was times where I didn't win everything. I didn't win worlds until brown belt. Well, I won purple belt, no gi worlds, but I didn't win a gi worlds until brown. So I wasn't a superstar by any stretch of the imagination.
And for the record, you mentioned it before, but what age did you start again?
16.
There it is.
16. So when you start stuff young, and
that's when I was doing taekwondo.
Yeah, I started with karate. I was a karate guy, so I know how to kick really cool, like do really cool katas and stuff. But as far as diet, I'm always changing my diet, and I'm always trying to adjust. Lifestyle, everything, it's always about being onward and upward, trying to get to another level. So I always make sure to evolve on the mats and off. If I don't do that, I'm doing myself a disservice. And you want to optimize over time when you're taking it seriously as a professional. It's always about optimizing.
How do you keep yourself from distractions?
From distractions?
There are many.
There are very many distractions, but since I've chosen to do jiu-jitsu and make it my life, I don't really have a life outside of that. I don't leave my house unless I'm going to train or lift weights or do some kind of form of exercise, and I come here and record content for all the good people. And that's basically all I do. Or I'm traveling on weekends to compete for prizes or do a seminar and make money. Like, this is the thing, it's my lifestyle, but it's also my job. I don't have time to fuck around. Although I really like to watch New Japan.
That's what makes the difference.
Yeah, I mean you have to have a balance. Oh, okay. David Van Valen, he said, everyone has heard of all the drama with your team from a few years back, but I've been in the game a long time and I know at least 3 convicted sex offenders from blank school. Like we're talking predatory serial rapists and pedophiles. Why is their name still clean? I don't know, have a lot of background as far as knowing what, but apparently it's a problem, Tony. Like there's a lot of schools that have a lot of those guys and like a lot of affiliations.
It almost seems like the close contact situation, maybe some people take advantage of.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, like I've heard of other schools having a problem with that. One major affiliation had, I think one of the heads of the affiliation got busted, and I think these guys are sickos.
BJJ Eastern Europe is they've got tons of salacious material, but they always have a story. It seems like every other month of some academy owner getting busted for this kind of situation. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I think this foul that like my team gets a bad rap for that kind of stuff when we don't have any convicted rapists or anybody that's been found guilty of rape or anything like that, to my knowledge.
It's just
Like I mean, they always say the thing. Here's the thing with me: when you say like my team is full of rapists, it pisses me off because I'm not and don't fuck with people that violate women and children.
actually probably like me would like to murk anyone who.
Oh yeah, they should. Like I'm one of those people. Like yeah, they should definitely be killed. I don't think they should be allowed to walk around and like live. But you're calling me that, and I've been close with women, and I know women and know of women that have been sexually harassed or sexually assaulted. It's disgusting, and you scar people for life when you do that. So I don't like it because it's petty. They're talking about an incident that happened ages ago where the 2 young men were found not guilty. You talk about my coach who went to trial in Virginia as a black guy and got found not guilty
Back in the day.
back in the day in like the early 90s. So people just need to give that
late 80s.
late
I think.
I'm not sure, but the bottom line is people just bring that shit up to be petty. And when you talk shit like that, you just sound like a hater. You're being a damn hater. Especially me, like you're gonna talk shit to me about my team just to come at me, like okay. You're talking about people that are basically my family.
Yeah, I think racism is involved.
You think so?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you said it. Why do you think so?
I mean, the situation's obvious. People always try to accuse the darker skinned brothers.
I guess.
And there was no convictions of anything. If you're not interested in something, you're not interested in it. He probably wanted out, but everyone wants to look at it and like he's an evil man. But look at the genius behind his coaching and what he's produced.
Okay, next question. Rashad One Rama. I hope I didn't butcher your name, Rashad. Who is the person that's the biggest challenge for you to roll with? Easily, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad is about like an NFL defensive end sized person that knows how to kill you with his bare hands. He's a Tekken character. Like he's so hard to deal with, and it's not that he's just big or that he's strong, but he's fast, he's flexible, he's agile. Like it's a problem. Like sometimes I'm like, man, I hope I end up getting out of this role unscathed. And he's a safe partner, but I'm like, dude, like one false move and we're both dead.
What do you see as the sequence of maneuvers that he uses on you? Like passes your guard. Like what techniques does he use to put that on you?
What techniques do you do?
What are his favorite methods? Because if you've rolled with him more than once, I'm sure you can see what he likes to do. What exactly does he do when he's rolling with you?
He's more of an open passer. He's not he doesn't give a lot of me too much pressure as much, but that's just his style. That gives me issues, especially if I'm playing guard. From the feet, it's because he knows judo and he knows enough wrestling where he has good defensive wrestling, and all he has to do is turn his hip and like pretty much kick his leg up in the air, and I'm gonna lose a single leg. Like, I'm not gonna be able to hold on to that. It's like a tree trunk. It's like a moving tree trunk.
Man.
Yeah, so that's why. That's really why. And he's so what's the word I'm looking for? Creative. He's so creative with what he can do and the way he puts stuff together. And he's I think pound for pound, he might be the best. He's gonna end up being the best pound for pound this year. Oh, William Sion, Williams Ian 96. Oh my bad, butchered that one. What's your training split recovery? Okay, training recovery split. What days do you do BJJ? What days do you do cardio, strength and conditioning, and how hard do you go? What is your diet? Thanks, huge fan from Hyattsville, living in Colorado. Wow, thanks, Ian. My training recovery split is right about now to I rest when I feel like when I have like a little when I feel like I have something that's a tweak that can become worse. Like I'll take it easy or just not train at all. But in a perfect world, I would train 6 days a week, do some kind of physical activity 6 days a week. I do jujitsu basically 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and I do strength and conditioning 4 times a week. And I just started doing sprints, my sprint protocol, so that's going to be 2 days a week as well. So we're talking.
What's your sprint protocol like?
I get on the treadmill and turn it up the incline as high as possible. And I'm not going to give you guys any other information other than I turn the speed up pretty freaking high too. And I go for a certain amount of time as hard as I can to the point where I got to almost hold on. I got to like hold on to the machine so I can keep running without stopping or falling off. It's serious. It's pretty fucking gnarly. It's really gnarly. It's rough. I did it today and I felt like I was out of shape.
Where do you do this?
I do it at Camp Springs at Master Lloyd's gym.
Nice.
Yeah, they have a treadmill there. It's brutal, man. Like it'll fuck up your day. Like it really fucked up my day today. Like I just feel really tired for no reason. And thanks to diet. I will tell you my diet. I intend to eat these 90% ground beef, 90% meat, like 10% fat, and I get 6 ounces of it. Then I get a cup of greens and about 50 grams of carbs. I use brown rice, and I eat that 4 times a day. But I mean camp. When I'm ready to go, ready to rumble, when I gotta lean out. But now I'm gonna start eating a little bit more food because I'm doing the 80cc trials. I'm excited for that. I'm doing a lot of no-gi. I got a lot of no-gi tricks for you guys. Weird Jitsu, you asked, how do you get sponsored, man? Do they hit you up? How does it work? This is a really good question, Tony. I get this question a lot. Here's my experience, and I think my experience is pretty common. When I first got a sponsorship, I was approached. Someone approached me and said, hey, how about you rep this for us? We'll give you all this free gear. It was 12p. It was those 12p gis we had back in 2012. Those are really dope gis. They were heavy, but I liked it because I'm like a tweener in weight classes, so I can tend to wear heavier gear. And I just got like 4 free gis, and they were really nice. But after that, I got my second sponsor. They hit me up, and one of them, I forgot which one it was. I asked Master Lloyd. I asked somebody that had a connection, like, hey, are they looking for people? Like, I would talk to Ty. He was cool with Ronan. I talked to Master Lloyd. He was cool with OTM. So you got to use your connections. But most of the time, if people are interested in you, they'll hit you up. And if no one's hitting you up, you need to find a connection. It's not what you know so much as who you know. Because there's a lot of people that get big sponsorships or just sponsorships alone that they're not as good as the people other people that don't have it, but they know the right people.
And honestly, if you are just getting clothing and gear, I don't consider you sponsored. You need to be getting money.
You think so?
Ah, come on, man. Clothing and gear. They get this stuff from Pakistan for $30 a gi, maybe at best, and then you're gonna go out there and kill people in tournaments and spread the word. Has to be cash involved, or I don't know, man. That's not a sponsorship, in my opinion.
But
And I'm only a blue belt, and I get money.
I consider it a sponsorship because your gear is expensive. For like, if I had to buy all my gear, I'd be broke.
You or the manufacturer?
To me, as the consumer, to me as a freaking consumer, a gi is worth like $140, right?
Oh, no, a gi is worth $25, $30.
I'm talking about they charge.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, like $150 a pop.
But you said, what is it worth?
Oh, okay, okay. I know it's not worth that much, but the markup is fucking huge.
Yeah, massive. That's why.
Yeah, so I can't pay that.
That's why the athletes should be getting paid.
I agree. I mean, I think athletes should get paid.
It doesn't take much. A couple $100. You know, these companies don't have to give up. You know, the lion's share.
Can I go on a tangent real quick about grapplers getting paid?
Of course.
I think part of the reason grapplers don't get paid is because we don't support each other. We're all trying. There's so many people now that want to be Conor McGregor and talk shit to each other, and they cause these unnecessary bitter rivalries. When we should be communicating so we can all fucking get paid, or at least the elite guys get some money. Think about if we talked to each other and said, "Hey, how much these people are giving you for this sponsorship? How much are they offering you for these super fights?" So then we can communicate with each other and say, "Hey man, they're down cutting you. You're a multiple time world champion. You're a black belt world champion. You won ADCC. You're a veteran. You done this. You beat this guy. You should be getting this much amount, not this little."
Or look at it like this: it's a wide open playing field for the entrepreneur, the one who's going to come in there, make a name for himself, and steal everything from everyone. Don't worry about communicating with anyone else. This is a singular man's game. Come in there, get that money. You just have to be more innovative than the rest, and it's not hard. The competition is weak.
I see what you're saying. I'm out there for number one as well. But at the same token, if we want the sport to grow and we want to make it a viable way for people to make a living, we have to talk. We have to discuss. There's always a players' union. In baseball, that's how all these guys got fucking paid. That's how all the guys in basketball and football, to a lesser extent, got paid.
It's true, but a union...
Not a union.
I hear you, but it'll put a cap on the biggest entrepreneur. Look at somebody like Conor, who, because there is no union in MMA, he's able to make a vast amount of money. You know, he's got his whiskey that's going to be going on the canvas of the mat. You know, he's done that, and
I'm not saying we couldn't do that too.
But a union or something that.
No, not saying we like have unionize, but we communicate more. We're like, yo, we're not gonna just take this like, or we say like, hey, don't go there because they're gonna try to fuck you.
But why be friends? And again, that's
what do
why,
you mean be friends? I'm not friends with a lot of people in jiu-jitsu.
I told you I have the terrible opinions, and you don't want to hear me on the air because.
Go for it, bro. Go for it. It's an open
there's no friends. Just go and take it.
So talk shit and just be a cunt.
Not a cunt, obviously, but
just be an asshole just to get attention.
Not even an asshole, cunt, an asshole. These are terrible terms.
Oh, sorry, sorry, folks.
Be
sorry for all the kids
entrepreneurial. You know, just be somebody who sees a market that's untapped. It's like being in Texas and you found a brand new oil field. You know, you want to bring everyone in, and no, you want to tap that thing yourself. And here it is. This is good old Texas.
Who do you think is good at that right now?
Man, like on the top of my head, like Gordon Ryan.
Okay.
And I don't know how much money he's making, but. He's on the top of my head. Gary.
I heard that sponsorship is dope.
Some of these people,
he got the hookup.
I bet. But like, I don't want to include the people who are going to MMA like Gary, but I would say Gary as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's on the top of my head. You got to make noise. It's all about noise today.
It's about
Personality,
noise.
noise, personality, and the ability to absorb someone's social media time.
I agree. I think I'm just gonna have to play the heel now. I'm just gonna have to be an asshole.
It's great to be the heel.
Is it? I've never been the heel. I've never been the heel. I've always just said. I just wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, that's how I am. But I always end up being the heel personally. But I'm not.
You're a nice guy. Toner's a really nice guy, everybody.
But I'm certainly no accomplished grappler.
Next question. Sizzle Jits. Do you know if I'm too late? Oh, because I'm not sure of time. How do you develop your takedown game? How did I? I developed it first by doing a judo seminar with Nick Del Popolo and Kerry Chandler. Nick Del Popolo is one of the best judo competitors, fighters, whatever you want to call it, in the country, for our country. He's probably going to go to Olympics again. He's been twice already. And Kerry Chandler was world class as well. And that's where I learned my judo. And I started playing with that over time. Then I started training judo with, I used to do it with Master Sugi, then Master Nyamkar, and our current judo instructor, Crazy 88 Sensei. He's really good. All our coaches, we got a lot of Mongolian judo guys in our little clique. Like, we get guys straight from Mongolia that are beasts, and they're really good. As far as wrestling, I learned wrestling from Greg Howell. He was our wrestling coach at Camp Springs for a while, and he's played a big role in why I'm able to move people around and throw people around with my wrestling. And now we got our coach Matt Hicks at Crazy 88 that helps me a lot too. So I've been doing takedowns for at least 6 years.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I was watching the match with you and Travis Stevens, and it was like one of the few times you pulled guard. What's going through your mind when you're up against a judo beast like that, where you're like, man, I need to pull guard on this guy? Or
I pulled guard because I didn't want to get
not
scored on.
Not trying to call you out or anything.
No, there's no harm, no foul.
Literally was watching it yesterday.
Now I pulled the second time at Copa Podio when I wrestled him. Because his takedowns are good, man. You're going to get taken down. You're not going to have a gi on and just throw this guy around. Unless you're way bigger than him and way stronger and, like, just super explosive. It's not going to happen. He's too good. He took second at the Olympics not too long after I went up against him. So in my mind, I said, I'm going to get scored on, and I'm going to be behind, and my guard at the moment is not good enough where I think I can sweep him if all he has to do for the next 3 to 4 minutes is to stay on top. My guard wasn't that developed at the time. You know, it's a tough out. The first time I wrestled him, I did a single leg on him, put him on his butt, and got 2, and then I pulled. Yeah, nice. The first time we wrestled, it was at the Brown Belt Expo. It was a tough match, so he's super good.
Yeah, he's definitely super good. Shoot.
Yeah, he's the real deal. I'm surprised that he just stopped competing though. I think he could have.
He's big into marketing for Fuji right now.
He's a Fuji?
Yeah.
Well, they got a good guy then. And he has nothing else to prove. I feel like if you did all that judo and whatnot, after a while, you just like, jiu-jitsu ain't nothing. Because compared to being in the Olympics, you go into like worlds for jiu-jitsu. It's not like that. It's not the same.
The old jiu-jitsu in the Olympics conversation.
Jiu-jitsu's not going to make it in the fucking Olympics. I'm going to tell you right now. Because there's too many guys that are on steroids. They'd wipe him out. They wouldn't take the testing. I don't think guys would do it.
There are so many. Every Olympic, I'm sorry, here I go. But Olympic people definitely are still doing steroids. For sure.
Yeah, but I don't think... Do you think that people would have the support from the government for jiu-jitsu? I don't even think in Brazil they would give them the support for jiu-jitsu where they have a government. It's not like the Russians, how the Russians had a whole system.
Look at that. Like, IBJJF has 600,000 likes on Facebook. I mean, it's a big sport. It's not small.
600,000? How many does IJF?
That's a good question.
Yeah, let's do some research later and get back to y'all.
That's a good question.
Alex, Ellie, Ellie, BJJ, Wrestle Kingdom 14 main event prediction. Also, did you see the last New Japan Pro Wrestling event? I did not see the last one. I did not see Tanahashi versus Okada. I didn't. But my Wrestle Kingdom 14 main event prediction is Kenny Omega beats Tanahashi for the belt. I mean, retains the belt. That's my prediction. For all you jiu-jitsu people that don't watch pro wrestling, I'm sorry, that's probably like, well, it is Japanese. It's probably like foreign to you, but yeah, that's my prediction.
Would you ever do some pro wrestling?
Fuck yeah. Did you see how I eviscerated that clown today on social media? That's nothing. That's nothing at all.
Yeah, but that was real.
Do you want to get in the backstory of like what happened today?
Of course, of course.
All right, so where should I begin?
The beginning.
At the beginning. Okay, we can go all the way to the beginning. So the guy, if you watch Subversiv, the first guy I fought, I have no beef with him. He's not the one. The other guy, Kyle Bame, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce his fucking name. But he was talking all kinds of crazy shit. As a matter of fact, I think I can go back and see what he said. He said, in reference to how my team is soft, he said, I think it applies to Tim Spriggs, DJ Jackson, and everyone else on their team. Tim Spriggs especially. Never subs anyone. He's a bitch boy. He runs the entire match. Please tag him. I can't. Dear Timothy, hey pussy, are you ready to lose? You better have your running shoes on, or I'm breaking your legs. Looking forward to killing you in front of your weak-minded teammates.
Oh, man.
Then he said, the day of the weigh-ins on the Instagram, I just hope the match with myself and little Tim Spriggs happens, because I guarantee a submission. If he stalls and runs in regulation, I'll for sure sub him in OT. So, that's what Kyle Bame had to say.
How much proper 12 he was drinking.
I don't know what he was drinking or smoking. All the 12P people, 10th planet, why I say 12P? 10th planet people, whatever your homeboy is smoking, you need to pass it our way, because we got legal medical marijuana in Maryland. So, we're just saying, whatever he's smoking must be good. So, if you didn't see the match, I was a gentleman out there. I shook his hand. Somebody asked this question. What did I see in Kyle's eyes before we fought? And my answer to that question is nothing. Kyle didn't look me in the eye. He talked all that shit and looked all like, hyped up at the weigh-ins, but didn't approach me or say anything. He never said anything to me in person, Tony.
Dang.
But I'm the bitch boy. So I wrestle him, and he pulls guard immediately. Okay. But I didn't run. As a matter of fact, within the first 30 seconds, I grabbed his ankle, threw his leg to the side, and went to side control, then mount, and I proceeded to mush him for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't see much rubber guard going on.
No rubber guard whatsoever. There was no guard. There was no nothing. He claimed that I would stall, but all he did was lay on his back like a dead fish, with his hands up across his chest like a mummy, okay, and didn't try to attack me or anything.
Yeah, that was some do nothing bitch shit.
It was do nothing bitch shit. So, I had to cover his nose and mouth and try to smother him, try to Mount Ezekiel him a few times. And you know what I did? Tony?
What you did?
I let him get another chance. So I dismounted him. This sounds crazy, but I dismounted him. And I sat down to play footsie with him so that we could go for leg locks, since he claimed that he would break my leg. But you know what he did, Tony? He didn't even engage. He scooted away the entire match and did nothing. And I continued to mush him when I stood over him. And I think I know his strategy, because the match before, he lost the same way. He stalled the entire time, didn't want to do anything.
You can't have that many skulls on your rash guard if you're gonna.
Yeah, you got to be a killer, man. You gotta collect skulls. You don't just lay there like a skull,
No
just dead.
flames, no flames, no dragons.
No nothing. You can't have anything on your gi.
Unicorns.
Anyway, the previous match he had already lost to a purple belt. Guy was wearing a purple belt rash guard. So you lost to a purple belt doing the same strategy. So you would think that you'd do something different. But anyway, it went into overtime, and I allowed him to take my back. Since he wanted to submit, I gave him the best opportunity. Because he was weak, and there's no way he would have been able to armbar me. So I figured, hey, I'll give you my neck. And you know what he did, Tony?
What'd he do?
Jack shit. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to me. I rode his back like a fucking rodeo horse. Just sat there, had the clamps on him. Smothered him then, too, if I recall. He didn't do anything.
The hand mushing was just...
Oh, it was beautiful. Epic. Yes.
There's...
Guys, when you hear this, you need to make memes of that picture. I need
topic.
A good-ass meme. We need to make this bitch go viral. Because he wanted to get famous by talking shit about me. So you know what, Kyle? You're famous. Congratulations.
Not to mention the tutorial and that Ezekiel set up.
Yo, real talk. I'm
face.
And I have a new nickname now. You can now refer to me as MushMaster. The MushMaster. But yeah, and you know, I was gonna let it slide. You know, I was definitely gonna like make jokes about it, but not to this extent. No, I don't even think. No, yeah, I definitely put that up there because he was talking that much shit. But now it's just gone into overdrive because he was talking some other shit today, in reference to like before what I was saying. Like, it's kind of bitch made shit. But hold on.
We're gonna add that mush sequence to the train wreck.
Oh, that's a must, bro. That's a must. But I'm gonna follow up. Here's the epilogue. Here's like a follow up of what went down. Oh, later today, Kyle said, "I'd never talk shit about any other team. Their team, not all of them, of course, but some of them have done things that don't need to be mentioned.
Some of who?
If you're associate with it though, you're either condoning it or you're being brainwashed, which often happens in jiu-jitsu. They're turning out world champs for sure."
Yeah,
so
let's start looking up sexual predators in the 10th Planet program.
Oh, whoa.
Let's start digging.
Oh, I didn't say it. What do you mean, Tony? Are you stirring the pot? Are you stirring the pot?
Sorry, Eddie.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. He said, I apologize for the mean-spirited trash talk. I hope I didn't hurt any of the rapist's feelings. So basically, Kyle called me a rapist, or my friends that have never been convicted of anything, rapists.
Right.
So he's being a real bitch.
That proper 12.
So the proper 12. He's on some proper 12. So you know what? I flamed him, and I said if he says one more thing. Today I said if he says one more thing, I'm gonna flame him. So I'm not gonna say anything. I'm done with it. Because I definitely continued with. No, how am I saying? Today I did go off with the memes. I increased the memes a lot. I definitely increased the memes.
Fire at will.
Yeah, I definitely did. You know what? Damn it, Tony, fuck it. I'm going to take your advice. So, you know what, guys? I want you to take the picture of me mushing the hell out of my new girlfriend, Kyle Bain. And I want you guys to make memes of it. And I want you to go on Kyle Beam's, Booms, whatever the fuck his name is Instagram and Facebook, and I need you to put up the palm emoji. Yeah, put up the palm emoji on all his fucking pictures to let him know that he's my bitch and will always be my bitch. And yeah, and I don't have beef with 10th Planet at all. I don't. But I'm sick and tired of this guy talking shit. So the beef is on him. So make sure you put the palm emoji on Kyle's posts. Oh.
Fucking battery ran out on this one. It's alright, we can continue. We just won't have perfect.
Oh, just keep
Yep.
It's gonna record the sound?
It'll still record sound from the phone. It'll still be fine. It'll even sound like it's from the microphone.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe it died that fast.
Really? Okay.
Shit. Sorry, I can still be on there too.
Sound be good?
Trust me.
So I don't need the headphones anymore.
Nah.
Okay. So
It'll
yeah.
still sound good, dude. The microphone for the phone's right here. And obviously this part will be edited out.
Alright. So yeah, Kyle, You're my bitch now. You're my bitch forever. I'm gonna go to some Facebook questions. What do you think?
Yeah, do
Should I
it.
go to some Facebook questions? All right, let's go through. Oh man.
I gotta get some rechargeable batteries for that bitch.
Yeah,
Sucks
we
them up
do.
with 4 AA's every time.
All right, Robert Joseph Martinez. He asked me, does ADCC determine who the best grappler in the world is? Does training in the gi play a part in your no gi game? Do you put ketchup on French fries? Ever get anxiety before competition? All right, so
Anything else?
yeah, I think ADCC determines the best no gi grappler by far. I think it's the best rule set as far as allowing everything. If IBJJF allowed heel hooks and reaping and nogi, I'd say they had the best rule set. Because the ADCC takedown rule is very strange. If you take somebody down, they turn to their knees, you know? And it's no points.
What do you think about heel hooks? Like, do you think they're so dangerous, you know, where they can't be involved in IBJJF, or it's just that old adage where they were getting destroyed, the Brazilians were getting destroyed by heel hooks back in the day?
I don't think it was because they banned them because Brazilians were getting destroyed with them. I think they wanted to make it so they don't get sued or a whole bunch of people don't get fucked up. You know?
But are they that dangerous in your opinion?
Not in my opinion, no. In my opinion, it's no different than a throw.
Yeah.
You can break somebody's neck with a judo throw.
Kill someone.
You can kill somebody with some of the stuff we do.
You're not going to kill someone with a heel hook.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not an asshole and cranking it, you're not going to be fucked up. But if you put yourself in a situation, you have to make the decision of whether to tap or not. It's not the other guy's prerogative. You know, for me in practice, and even in matches, I do shit with control. I do techniques with control. And the reason why is so in a fight or in a match, I know that it's not because I'm just falling back for something. And also in practice, so I don't injure my partner.
How about those jerks in practice who will yank on your arm or yank on something? They're your own teammate, and if you don't tap, they'll literally break it off. You ever have those guys?
No.
Oh, man.
I never had a teammate that was dangerous and that trying to hurt you.
Whew.
I mean, I've rolled with guys and trained with guys that are dangerous in that if we're going toe-to-toe, they might hurt you because we're on that level. We're like Vegeta and Goku going at it, but never where they'll just torque and just try to break your shit.
You're lucky.
Are you transitioning into pro wrestling? Emilio Morales asks. Have you picked any schools yet? What promotion do you really want to work for? This is kind of a rehash of a previous question, but I'll go into more detail. I plan on transitioning into pro wrestling after I complete the goals that I have set in mind within the next 2 years. I picked out a school, a pro wrestling school, and I really want to work for New Japan and Ring of Honor and PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Those are my go-tos.
So what goes on at a pro wrestling school?
They teach you how to take bumps. They teach you how to cut a promo. They teach you a whole bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, it's neat. I visited and I checked it out, and it's a very reputable school. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Unless somehow I start making 6 to 7 to 8 figures doing jiu-jitsu and podcasting. I think pro wrestling is a little bit more lucrative, and it's really cool.
We're making at least $7 to $8 per episode right now. We're almost there.
Oh, really? Oh, it's incredible. Did I tell you that I was on the plane?
Speaking of.
Did I tell you I was on? Oh, yeah. Speaking of.
No, not what.
Oh.
Sponsors.
Sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, if you guys want to sponsor the podcast, you can contact me at spriggs.timothy@gmail.com. I'm tired of being just a dope-ass, broke-ass grappler. I'm trying to be like a millionaire. I want to be the first $1 million jiu-jitsu guy. That's my goal, Tony.
Make it happen.
Oh, we're going to make it happen. Or I'm going to WWE. But, I was on the plane with Ronda Rousey and, like, the whole roster. I was sitting right across. We were in first class. No bullshit.
What?
Ronda Rousey, Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, like all those guys.
What?
Yes. I was there. I was by Ronda Rousey. The greatest MMA fighter ever. Oh, you're not going to bite on that?
No.
You don't think she's not the
That's total
greatest?
agreement.
You don't think she's not the
That
greatest?
was nothing but agreement right there.
Oh, whatever. Are you a mild-mannered jiu-jitsu athlete by day and the equalizer at night? I'm not very mild-mannered, especially lately when I've been perturbed. But am I the equalizer? Well, Marvin Benjamin, if I told you that, I'd have to kill you. All right. Top 5 pound-for-pound current grapplers, as well as top 5 pound-for-pound grapplers of all time. Can you include people from... I can include people from the current era for the all-time list if needed. From Philip Zerke. Top 5 pound-for-pound grapplers all time. Marcelo Garcia.
Say today.
Cabrinha. Hodger. Buchecha. How many was that? That was 5, right?
I think so. I jumped. I threw
Marcelo, Hodger, Buchecha. You know what? I'm going to have to take Ted today off.
You can take him out.
I'm going to say Bruno Marfacine. I would place him in Cabrinha's. Yeah. Those are mine. Strong. I replaced Hoffa for Cabrinha in the top 5 because Cabrinha beat him a few times at ADCC.
Sounds like a Princess Bride meme I made a long time ago.
What do you mean?
Be some rare people who know that one.
Oh.
Princess Bride, where Cabrinha versus Hoffa.
Oh, man. My name is Diego Montoya.
Old meme.
Man, Princess Bride, classic movie. But, yeah, I think that I give Cabrinha the edge because he stayed in the game. I don't know why. I heard the rumor why Hoffa retired. I'm not going to spread that one personally. But he retired at the top, but Cabrinha kept going. He kept fighting the killers every year. Didn't stop. Kept pushing.
Retired on top.
He retired on top, yes. Just like Goval. Well, hopefully Goval. We'll see. That's going to be a good match. Goval's final match is going to be against Felipe Pena. ADCC 2019.
Ooh, tough.
I'm going to fight the winner. I'm taking that open dog. Jonathan Scroggins. He asks, how do you plan training camps? I don't plan them. I let Master Lloyd and Julius take care of that. So I don't really plan them. I just determine whether or not I can make it into practice to how beat up I am. Because sometimes I get beat the hell up from training. It's a rough life, but I love it. Toughest competitor you ever faced, any belt? That's from David W. Cruz. David, the toughest competitor I ever went against was Buchecha. That's the best competitor I've ever faced.
He's big, too.
He's giant. I felt like a little boy. I felt like that 16-year-old high school kid that stepped into Crazy 88 going against this giant guy who's fast as hell. Even though I got around his legs and past his guard, it wasn't in the point time, and he turned up. He turned up on me. Like I was surprised he moved around like that. It was like holding down an alligator. He like bridged and turned when I got the side control and spun around like an alligator. You ever see how they clamp something and it'll roll? It was like that. I was like, holy shit, this is a different level of human. Natalie Garland. Are you going to play Red Dead Redemption 2? You know what? I think I might.
Right.
I feel guilty, but I need my downtime. I'm gonna play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm gonna hook it up to my new computer, my new laptop.
It ain't coming out on no. It's only gonna be on PS4.
No, but I can do the shit where I use the laptop to play it on.
Oh.
Yeah. You can hook it up. It's called like remote playing or whatever. With all the accomplishments that you have, what still drives you and keeps you motivated? Cass, what keeps me motivated is that I haven't won what I wanted to win yet. I haven't accomplished my goals. I want double gold at Worlds and double gold at ADCC. And I'm going to keep pushing until I feel either my life changes drastically or I reach the goal.
Earth hasn't been taken over yet.
What do you mean?
Dang.
The Earth hasn't been taken. Oh, you talking about just
work to do.
Oh yeah, there's always work to be done. Musin Corbray asks, why do you think athletes like you, DJ, Jamil, and etc. don't get the credit and recognition you deserve? I think a lot of guys on the team don't get the recognition we deserve because we're not in a major market for jiu-jitsu. If you notice, a lot of the big names come from 2 or 3 places. Let's say 3, for argument's sake. New York, New Jersey area, New York metropolitan area, California, specifically Southern California, and Brazil. Those 3. And I say now it's more New York and Cali, SoCal, because more Americans are involved and Americans are willing to put money up and support. Like, the market is here in America for jiu-jitsu. I think. I could be wrong. If you're not in one of those major markets, you're not going to get the attention. It's like pro sports. People want to see Dodgers versus Yankees in the World Series. That's going to give you the biggest ratings because the biggest market. And a lot of big names are in Southern California and New York. We're just guys from Maryland. It took me until I became an adult to realize Maryland is not a very hip place, so to speak. It's kind of like a flyover state. If it wasn't for Washington, D.C., no one would give a damn about Maryland.
Be more.
It'd be Baltimore, and Baltimore is a dump. Baltimore's bad, dude. Baltimore's bad, isn't it?
Rough, boy.
It's rough. It's like Gotham City. It's rough. Like, I feel like Batman's gonna just drive through there and start beating up criminals at night. Like, yeah, people tell me not to go there. Like, my dad's friends who are ex-cops and stuff, like, dude, don't go there. There's nothing there for you. Besides the harbor, there's nothing but danger. Danger. It's dangerous. So yeah, we're in Maryland. We're not getting a lot of attention. So much so. But it's no big deal to me. I don't care. I think that I let my actions do the work, that's the talking.
You guys get a good bit of recognition, though. It's just that the places that give out recognition aren't huge and widely recognized.
I think we get more love. I'm not hating. I'm not mad about it. I just think that if you live or you're a part of a certain team, or you live somewhere, that's just the facts of life. I'm not hating on anybody. I appreciate all the love I get from the people. I love it. I respect it. Like, I try to be nice and courteous to everyone, and I try my best, people, to respond to everyone and show love back. But it's getting really hard. It's getting really hard.
The first time I met you, I walk up to you in the gym. I'm like, "What's up, man? I'm Tony." And you're like, "All right."
I didn't do that. I ain't do that.
That's all good, yeah.
I didn't do that. Did I really? I must not have.
You gave me the Conor. Who the fuck is this guy?
I didn't do that. I'm not like that at all. I'm just like, what's up? I mean, what did you want me to do? I'm always like, what's up?
Bow down. Thank God I met you.
I just give people the head nod. Like, the thing is, I don't think that I'm super famous. I don't think I'm famous. I think I'm a normal dude. So if someone's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you know? I'm not like, oh, you know.
I was fucking with you.
Oh, okay. Tony's just bullshitting. He got me all defensive. I'm like, I don't big dog people. I don't big dog people. I don't go Hollywood. But you know who does go Hollywood?
Who that?
Conor McGregor. Did you see that press conference? Did you see the press conference?
Oh, what a spectacle.
What did you think about it?
It was amazing. I don't care what anyone says. That was amazing. Probably 5 million views on YouTube.
Already?
Easy. It was 4 million the other day.
I heard it's gonna break all the records.
It's gonna kill.
Who do you think takes it?
Conor's gonna destroy Khabib.
Yes, I agree. I agree. He's gonna bruise him.
Destroy him.
He's gonna knock him the fuck
That
out.
poor man worked his whole life to be undefeated, wrestling bears, to get murked by Conor McGregor on October 6th. Oof. That hurts.
Have you tried Proper 12?
Nah, I'm looking for it. Looking for it. Want some? Want some?
Here's my take with the press conference, Tony. This is the part of the movie where he goes overboard.
Who? Conor?
Conor, dude, he looked crazy. His skin looked like wet, like he looked like he had been drinking and he was sweating, and he's just so loud and boisterous. Like maybe it's a head game, but he was acting insane, like he was coked out of his mind.
Nah, that's not coke.
What do you think it was?
It's just a wild spirit, is what it is. Now,
He's taking some.
When they call alcohol spirits for a reason, so he had a couple shots, so that adds to the spirits, if you will. But he is just on fire. The way he was looking at Khabib, he's got nothing but I want to kill this dude in mind. And Khabib's a little bit singular in his game. Single leg takedown, body lock takedown. You can defend that with that precision.
Just lower your level and down block. I feel he can stuff him. He can stuff those takedowns. If all he's been drilling is that, fuck yeah. I think Conor's stronger than a lot of people will give him credit. And his jiu-jitsu probably isn't that bad.
He's a brown belt. He's a brown belt.
And he trains with Dylan Dennis.
Right.
But I don't know how well it's different types of jiu-jitsu, though.
I don't think Conor should try to go for a submission on the ground, though, against...
Nah, get up.
Yeah,
just get up.
Get up. Hit that jaw.
I told GJ this. This, but he didn't believe me. Who has Khabib beaten?
Yeah.
Who is he beaten?
Yeah.
Who?
Johnson.
Yo, Michael Johnson wobbled him.
That's what I'm saying.
And Conor's striking is way better. Conor's hands are way better than everyone Khabib's face.
Maybe the best.
The best?
Conor's hand. I mean, in MMA, Conor's hand.
No.
Come on.
Tyron Woodley has better hands than that.
Tyron is explosive and a madman.
But he has perfect technique and timing.
That last fight with Till made me a big, big fan of
Tyron Woodley. I like Darren Till because he's a real wild dude. He's a wild guy.
Tyron is a murderer, though.
Tyron is the smartest fighter in the game.
Slow, then.
He's the smartest fighter in the game. He's the most intelligent. And he's had a better run at 170 than Georges St. Pierre.
And he does that weight cut, too. You know he's cutting 30, 35 pounds.
Whatever it is. I think the fight I want to see is GSP versus Tyron.
Yeah?
GSP doesn't want that work.
Nah, of course not.
Tyron Woodley would kill GSP. Tyron Woodley would kill GSP. I'm stamping it. Stamp.
Pretty sure everybody can agree to that.
Oh, yeah. I think pound for pound. Who's better pound for pound? Who's the best pound for pound right now?
Out of everyone?
Yes.
It could be Tyron.
I think it's Tyron and DC were on the same.
Yeah, DC.
But the press conference.
But he's pound for pound already the best, by his weight.
Yeah. But going back to the press conference, this is part of the movie where he goes overboard. I think it can either go. It's not gonna get much higher than here, and I feel like he's just gonna go off the rails, man. He looked disturbed. He looked off the fucking rails, dude. He looked insane.
He did. He looked insane.
But it wasn't comical or anything. And then it was kind of whack. He called Khabib a terrorist.
I missed that part, man.
You didn't hear that?
I think I watched it 6 or 7 times.
You didn't see that? He called him a snitch. They think he called him a terrorist.
All right, he must have mentioned it real quick.
He did. He said something crazy like that. Yeah, like it's just lame. Yeah. It's kind of lame calling somebody.
Offering him the alcohol too when you know he's not gonna accept.
Oh, and he did the whole assalamu alaikum either.
I don't know what that other word meant, but I do wonder what that other word.
I think it's all part of the same phrase. One of our Muslim brothers got to hook us up. One of our Muslim brothers that listens to the podcast, please answer that for us because I don't want to be out here looking ignorant.
Sounded like he was adding an insult to the end of it.
He's just talking his shit. He's just talking his shit and getting by. Oh, John Jones. Speaking of snitching, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence. As soon as I call it John Jones, he so happens to get back in the UFC so he can fight.
Yep, he's watching.
Yeah, he's watching. He's listening. He's listening to the show. But yeah, it's weird. He just got off from snitching. But I didn't even know that was
snitched on.
That's gonna come out. Question. It's sad that one, he snitched, because if you're gonna do the crime, you gotta be willing to do the time, bro. You do the crime, you gotta be willing to do the time. And he snitched, and morally, that's really fucked up because he was a part of it. It's not snitching if you're not involved and you're not a criminal, you're not running game, and like it's like, well, we think you did it, and now you say something, or you know. But if you're complicit in the whole endeavor, you're culpable. Like you're being an asshole by snitching. And he would have been suspended for how many months? Like 45 months, or
could have been forever.
Could have been forever. And they cut 30 months off his suspension.
You can fight next month.
You can fight next month. Next month.
Madison Square Garden, sure.
Who does he fight?
Gustafsson.
Who do you think takes it?
Jones.
If Gustafsson is an underdog on the Vegas odds, I'll put my money on Gustafsson if he's the underdog.
Here we go. What I'm saying it, but Jones is still gonna be doing the same stuff he's always been doing.
You think he's gonna be taking it?
Yup. These pharmaceutical companies, man, they can make you whatever you want, undetectable.
Wow.
Easy peasy.
Man, you know. Screw it, man. I'm just gonna start taking stuff. Just right here. Just right in my arm. Right in my arm. Wherever you put it. Your neck.
It's not worth it.
Your glute.
It ain't worth it.
It's not worth it, kids. Don't do it.
Yep.
Drug-free
technique overcomes
is the way to be.
Technique overcomes all that stuff.
Man, I don't believe all that. Don't be one of these technique truthers that thinks all you need is technique. You need to be strong as fuck.
I'm naturally strong as hell, and there's people who beat the hell out of me with technique.
That means you got to get better, Tony. You got to train more.
We doing it.
But, you know, I'm just going to start taking, maybe. No. Drug-free is the way to be, guys. Drug-free is the way to be. Once again, if you want to sponsor the show, you can contact me at spriggs.timothy@gmail.com or my Instagram at TimSpriggsBJJ. I'd like to give a special shout-out to Tony, our co-producer, for helping me out today. I'd like to thank all my goons out there that support the movement, that support me and DJ and all the other BJJ goons on the squad. And see you next time. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Shout out to my sponsor, VHCS. I'm rocking the gear today. Best skis and apparel in the biz. Peace.